click the link below or go straight to mrlocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game. We was on the Clubhouse app, and there was a room where we were talking about dating apps. And so there was a guy who was in the room, and I think his wife was in there too. And shout out to them. This is no shade to them or nothing. But he was basically saying that he used to be in, like, you know, the pickup artist sort of circles. And he said he was out here fucking a whole bunch of girls, but all of a sudden he got with his wife and they had sex, I think, on the first night, and now they're together. And now he was starting to say a lot of like blue pill quote unquote stuff where he was saying, oh, you know, a lot of this alpha male stuff is stupid and, you know, kind of like, you know, it's toxic and, you know, all that other stuff, right? Now, the reason why a lot of guys like that will say certain things like that is because even though they might have been involved in, you know, try to learn game or do certain things, they were never really in those situations like they want to proclaim. This is what. So what I'm saying is this: what a lot of guys, because one of the things he said that sort of made me raise my eyebrow was he said, he said something to the effect of, I felt like I was hurting these women basically by having sex with just, you know, fucking them, right? Now,
yeah,
and
right, and by that comment, like, the only way I can even think that would even make sense is this guy was being manipulative.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Like, yeah, if he was like lying to them to get the pussy and all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? Right. So, and this is the thing. What most of these guys do is this: is you're right, where either they're being manipulative, or what happens is that they were never really getting sex like they're claiming to get sex. Because I was actually talking about this the other day, is that a guy who gets sex a lot understands how much women like sex, right? A guy who doesn't get sex a lot is being told by women that sex is important. So therefore you gotta wait, you know, you gotta, it's sacred. It's just like this super important thing. But what happens is if you're a guy who gets a lot of sex and fucks around with a lot of women and a lot of women throwing the pussy at you, you realize how frivolous women can be with vagina. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you see how frivolous they are with the vagina, you realize that women portray socially that they're sacred with the sex, but behind closed doors, they giving out vagina like hotcakes. You understand what I'm saying? And not only that, a lot of them are super extra freaky about it. So what happens is that a guy who doesn't get a lot of sex, his narrative is, well, women all the time tell me I got to take it slow and I got to get to know you because sex is emotional for me and I got to blah, blah, blah. So what happens is that if he's fucking a bunch of girls by, like you said, manipulating, what he feels like is that he's manipulated these innocent girls who only have sex through emotion to fuck him, and then he feels bad later, so he feels like he's hurting them. You understand what I'm saying? But what he doesn't realize is that the women have been manipulating him into thinking that they don't like sex as much as they do, so that they can get as much attention and interaction with him without having to have sex with him. You see what I'm saying? And so this is the part of the game that a lot of people don't get, where guys who aren't really about it, right? They have a different perspective on women because their reality about dealing with women is different versus the guy who's actually a player, the guy who's actually getting sex that much. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. Mm-hmm. I felt this myself, and I got friends who do shit like how I do shit, and even way more than I've done shit. And one of the things that players usually get, they get this sort of epiphany at a certain point when they realize how sexual women really are, because you're in the situation. Meaning, like earlier I was talking about where I was at a barbecue with my wife, and my wife was encouraging another woman to give me head, and the other woman who gave me head, her boyfriend was in the fucking backyard. So I'm like, wait a second, all this stuff about women got to be emotionally connected and they got to wait and sex is all, you know, sacred and the kundalini energy and all that other shit. And I'm like, but wait a second. This woman right here, whose boyfriend's in the backyard, is giving me head, and my fucking wife is cheering her on. You understand what I'm saying? So it's that experience. If you have that experience, there ain't no way in hell you thinking, well, I felt like I was hurting these women by having all this sex with them, and if they just wanted a relationship and they just wanted someone to hold them. No, you understand what I'm saying? When you're having a lot of sex with a lot of women, you realize how much women like sex, how often they do it, how much they, you know, they love to do it with different dudes, all this other crazy shit. So then that illusion of them being these innocent flowers that you gotta handle with kid gloves goes out the window. So when the dude was in the chat and he's saying, oh, I felt like this and I felt like that, I'm like, bruh, either you was like playing a bunch of games or you wasn't really in these situations like you thought you was. You know what I'm saying?
Click the link below and get your bad boy gear. Get the t-shirts, Submissive Women Are Sexy, Binary as Fuck, and I'm God to these hoes. Click the link below to get your bad boy gear today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.